If you're looking for a guitar teacher and want advice on how to find the best teacher for you, then this is the best, quickest answer I can give you. This video is aimed specifically at how to choose the best guitar teacher for your needs. But really, this advice applies to how to find the best teacher for whatever you want to learn. Music, languages, fitness, anything that involves someone teaching you something. So, if you find this video helpful, then please send it to any of your friends that are struggling to decide on what teacher, personal trainer, or guru to spend their valuable time and money on. The first and most important thing for both students and teachers to realize, or just to acknowledge if this is obvious, is that if the goal is for a student to learn as much as possible from a teacher, then it isn't a question of finding the best teacher, but finding the best teacher for you. It is true that the better a teacher is, the more likely they are to be a good teacher for almost any student. However, for a huge number of reasons, many of which most people don't think about, the best teacher in the world might be the wrong teacher for you. Teaching is nowhere near as simple as it often looks like from the outside in. And you don't just need someone that has an in-depth knowledge of what you are learning, but also, possibly even more important than that, you need someone that can explain things to you in a way that you can internalize. And notice, I said internalize and not understand. There's a subtle but huge difference between understanding something and internalizing it. For example, I can tell you that there are only 12 notes in music, and that to play any piece of music on your guitar, you need to learn to control these 12 notes. And everyone watching this can understand the words I just used. But for me to be the best teacher for you, I need to guide you to internalize that information and to actually be able to use that information. Merely giving you a list of facts and figures isn't what great teaching is. As well as that, in order to find the best teacher for you, you need someone that you respect, enjoy the company of, and believe can make you better at your goal. If you don't believe in your teacher, then you aren't going to do what they ask you to do, because you aren't going to believe their advice will give you the results you want. If you feel you don't believe in your teacher, then simply change teacher. If you take one tip from this video, and I'll bet this is something you've rarely or maybe even never heard a teacher say, you should take 10 lessons with as many different teachers as possible. Make notes on your progress and reflect on the lessons, and then decide from your actual experience who is the best teacher for you. The reason no one ever gives this advice is obviously because money is involved, and teachers need your business in order to make a living. But in my opinion, only teachers that are not good at their job need to worry about this. Personally, I want people to take lessons with me and then 5 other teachers. And from this experience, make the right choice for themselves as to whom to take the majority of their lessons with. I want students to do this firstly because I work extremely hard to ensure that more often than not, I'm going to be someone's first choice. And secondly, because it's not fun for me to teach someone that doesn't believe that I am the right fit or even the best fit for them. My final 2 thoughts on the topic of how to find the best teacher for you are firstly, that you have to be aware that your first 10 lessons will not be the same as your 100th lesson. In terms of a teacher increasing your knowledge, the more lessons you have, the more difficult it will become for someone to show you new things. So, after your 100th lesson, for example, go back to your first teacher and take a couple lessons with them again to see how they compare to the teacher with whom you had your 100th lesson. And secondly, without wishing to hurt anyone's feelings, just because you've been to school doesn't guarantee that you know what great teaching is. I've sat in an airplane and I've read a newspaper. Have I read a newspaper? Either way, that doesn't make me an expert on being an airline pilot or being a journalist. As a student, you don't need to become an expert in teaching, but most people can improve their skills in identifying what great teaching is. The practical advice from that is you should ask your teachers, why they are teaching you the specific things you are learning with them. What is the big picture, and how does what you are doing in a lesson help you achieve your goals? I know I said those were the last 2 thoughts on this topic for now, but for a bonus thought, or really just to reinforce the main advice from this video, some of the sadly many pitfalls of mainstream education are that you don't get to choose your teachers don't get to choose their students, and you don't necessarily get to have multiple teachers in one subject and to then reflect on their impact on your specific learning or on their suitability to your specific needs. The positive takeaway from that is when it comes to choosing a private music teacher, you do have the freedom to try multiple teachers. So take advantage of that. And remember to take notes on how the lessons actually go at the end of each lesson Ask yourself what was new and what was improved upon. I'm Pete Cook. Visit soundtuition.com to book me for online one-to-one lessons. Share my videos with anyone you think I can help. And more importantly than either of those things, have a great day.